I apologize in advance for my terrible Italian accent, but mamma mia, what a beautiful Lego set! Super Mario is a theme that emerged at the Lego Group in 2020 with interactive sets, and which in a way were aimed at the younger fans. But the older audience has not been forgotten, and on a regular basis, one per year, they have been treated with more detailed sets, such as the Mighty Bowser, the Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Mario 64 question mark block, or even the Piranha Plant, a set I reviewed 2 years ago. In 2025, we have the 72037 Mario Kart Mario and Standard Kart set, a set with 1,972 elements and a retail price of €170, equivalent to a price per piece of 8.6 cents, which is also the lowest within these sets aimed at adults. Of course, this ratio is always a bit unfair, but in this case it's even surprising because it is a licensed theme, it has many new elements and or with new colors, and many printed pieces. Using the famous quote, "Read my lips, there will be no stickers." But let's get to the set. It is made up of 17 paper bags, and in a way, it is actually a two-in-one, since in reality we are going to build a car and a Mario buildable figure. And although there is only one instruction booklet, two people can build a set simultaneously if they have access to the instructions in digital format, either as a PDF or through the Legos Group Builder app. The cart is made with the first 9 bags, while the Italian plumber will take the remaining 8. Starting with the car, first we have a very solid structure with a lot of technique, obviously, and then we move on to some more functional details such as the steering and the pedals, a detail that I found brilliant. Then we take on a authentic class of tutorials on how to build on Snot, in terms of stability and aesthetics. The version of the cart chosen is full of curves with some less orthodox shapes, and this LEGO version has been well replicated with some very interesting techniques. We have the brake light, the huge powerful exhausters, the tricolor base, including the grey interior areas on the sides and front, and a huge structure with a steering wheel, including a new 6x6 round tile with an M printed on it. I won't reveal much about the construction process of these side structures, but the way they created these angles is incredible, and the same happens at the front. Also noteworthy are the inverted dishes used as wheel caps, which are all printed. We also have a stand for the car, which is incredibly simple but highly functional, allowing to place the cart in several positions, which can be further customized in a funnier way by adjusting Super Mario's arms and head. And speaking of our hero, it turned out to be a very interesting build, although more limited than the vehicle, as it has a large plate attached to the bottom of the back that limits his playability, but it is important to fix the character to the car and prevent him from falling when we move the vehicle. If you ever build sets like the Buildable Stitch, Lion King, or the Tuxedo Cat, the building style is pretty similar, especially compared to Disney's Alien. Mario's arms even allow a good deal of movement, although they shouldn't be handled with too much strength, and his hands are less versatile, but being able to rotate with the wrist and the thumb, allowing him to hold the steering wheel, although not in a secure way as we learn in the driving school. However, they managed to capture the iconic closed fist look. The legs can be moved almost, allowing only a slight opening between them. With a few extra pieces, I believe it will be possible to change the structure to give the legs more flexibility, although I believe it will be difficult to balance it and stand it up, for example, due to the weight of the body and the head. And this one is incredibly detailed and very ingeniously designed. Composed of 3 bags, we start by making the face, where 2 new elements stand out. Modified 2x6 plate with several curves to simulate Mario's mustache, and a new piece to make the nose, which makes me very curious to see if it will be used again in another set. There are several elements with patterns such as the tiles with the eyes and mouth, the M on the hat, or the ears, which will be placed at the very end of the set. Oh, and don't be surprised when you fit the part of the head structure with its head, since the bill really does have that gap between the face and the hair, and it will be finished off with a very skillful way with some elements in the last bag. Speaking of hair, I highlight the way the curls were achieved. In conclusion, this is one of the best sets I've built this year in terms of building experience, and I've said the same with the Piranha Plant 2 years ago, which makes me say that this more adult side of the theme is one of the best LEGO has at the moment, at least technique-wise. It is noticeable that these Super Mario sets are designed with great detail and have managed to satisfy all the expectations that fans place on the theme. The vehicle is really well made, has printed parts, functional wheels, steering, with practically all the details of the model used in the game. It just needs a few accessories to be able to be customized, and it's actually very sturdy. Regarding Mario, the portrait is perfect. The arms may be a little fragile, but we are not going to use the set to imitate moments of the game. Or are we? The only thing missing is some mobility for the figure since it's practically forced to remain seated. I don't know why it was designed this way, although I believe this sacrifice was made to ensure that the figure wouldn't always be jumping or falling out of the vehicle, since the game's creators didn't think about seatbelts. One last note of the many new pieces is in addition to those already mentioned, I would like to highlight some new recolors, especially in red and light nougat. So, are there any fans of this Super Mario theme and the Mario Kart set? What do you think about it? Would you like to see any other vehicles of the game in this scale? If so, which one? Please leave your thoughts below. I hope you enjoyed and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss more reviews and speed builds in the coming days with 2025 novelties or even sets that have already been retired. Thank you LEGO and the LAN for taking set for review. Opinions on it are my own. See you soon and play well.